born on the 12th of February 1936 in Groesbeck, Texas. He went to college at the University of North Texas, graduating with a business degree in 1958. He was one of our proud servicemen in the United States Army. After the military, he went to the Actors Studio in New York before beginning his career on the stage. His name is Baker, Joe Don Baker. And at 83, he doesn't really act anymore, and he rarely talks to anybody, especially about his personal life, so I don't know what he's up to. Is he married, with kids, grandkids, great-grandkids? I can't say. But he's had a pretty remarkable acting career, considering to look at him you'd think that, well, you get it right. Well, hello there, Old Man Kelly here, Jeff to my friends, and you can call me Jeff. So, what's the deal with Joe Don? As far as his acting, whether he played a good guy or a bad guy, his character always seemed to be the type of person that you wouldn't want sitting next to you at a dinner party, if you know what I mean. Uncle Joe, would you just please shut up? You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't really know the man personally, but I assume he's one of those types of guys that have a lot of opinions about a lot of things, and a lot of those opinions, well, let's say, aren't very politically correct. But again, I don't know. I mean, he's the dude that called 007 Jimmy Bond in those couple of James Bond movies he was in. Sort of an ugly American that somebody should have sat down and said, it's James Bond. It's always James Bond. He was in 3 James Bond movies, you know. First as a bad guy, and then twice as the loudmouth American agent Jack Wade. But like I said, he served in the military after college and then went to the Actors Studio. It was in the early 1960s that he began working on the stage, and that led to some TV work. His first TV appearance was in an episode of the action crime drama Honey West, where he played Rocky Hansen.
Now look, I was trucking missile parts that night. I came in, I put 2 bits in this jukebox, and I said, right over here. Now, McWhirter was on a run, too. He came in and said, not here. Maybe some big guy said over here.
What did he look like?
Well, not like you, I'd remember.
You're a brick, Rocky. Anything else?
Nah, nothing. You know the rest.
This was America's introduction to Joe Don Baker. Well, sort of. I mean, he would spend the next 8 or 9 years being a struggling actor. Joe Don played many parts in TV shows, usually as a good old boy. He was in episodes of TV series like Gunsmoke, Bonanza, The Big Valley, Mission Impossible, Ironside, and many more. And occasionally he got the small movie role in films such as Cool Hand Luke, Guns of the Magnificent Seven, and Junior Bonner. But it was in 1973, after almost 10 years of struggling, that the world became aware of his name. He got the starring role in the film adaptation of the true life story of Buford Pusser in 1973's Walking Tall, and that made Joe Don a movie star.
I thought you walked tall! Look like you done learn how to crawl!
Walking Tall, the story of a real man who has become a living legend.
Buford, why don't you try this job on for size?
He was going to give them law and order, or die trying. Walking Tall.
It was soon after that, in my opinion, that Joe Don, or those controlling his career, made a big mistake. They attempted to make him into an action star in the often laughed at Mitchell in 1975. Not only is he totally wrong for that kind of role, but it was just a bad film. One reason is because the character of Mitchell is just so damn unlikable, and he's supposed to be the film's hero. You know, you should check out, if you haven't already, the Mystery Science Theater 3000 version of Mitchell. It's one of their funniest episodes. But so his attempt to be an action star didn't work out, but Joe Don kept working steadily for the next 35 years or so. And looking at his filmography, he wasn't all that particular about the roles he took. He went from playing the Whammer in The Natural to Joseph Rudder in the horrendous boob comedy Joysticks. Was there ever a role that Joe Don turned down? And you know, seeing Joe Don Baker in anything sort of brings a smile to my face. It's like visiting with an old friend, and it doesn't matter what the occasion. Joe's retired now. He hasn't appeared in anything since 2012's Mud starring Matthew McConaughey. And I don't know what he's up to because he never does interviews or anything. I can imagine him just sitting down on his front porch in the morning, watching the squirrels, drinking a cup of coffee, and then after lunch, popping open a Budweiser and chugging it down. Yeah, I think Joe Don Baker's a Bud man. But there isn't really much more to say about him because there's nothing out there. I searched the internet. No interviews, no biographies, nothing. If you know anything about Joe Don Baker, please let me know. I'd like to hear more about the man. And what is your favorite Joe Don Baker movie? Perhaps it's Fletch? Anyway, this is Old Man Kelly saying thanks for watching. I'll be back soon with something else.